themselves, tell us their name, how long they've been in the business, if they want to tell us their rank.
My name is Janelle Seward. I've been a coach for 3.5 years, and I am a Diamond Beachbody coach. And this business has changed my life, and so I hope that in our question and answer portion, I'll be able to kind of share some of that information with you. But this is a life changer for me, and it's taken me to the journey that I'm on, and it's a path that I'm constantly growing. And I'm willing to pull people alongside me and to guide them on their journey as well.
Hi, I'm Christina Boyce. I have been a Beachbody coach for a year. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach. My husband is actually also a Diamond Beachbody coach. We built the business together. It's changed our family and the life of our family. Anybody has any questions about P90X2, I'd love to answer them. I had a chance to be in P90X2 with Tony Horton and some other fabulous rock stars, Robert and Wayne Wyatt. So if you have any specific P90X2 questions, I'd love to answer those for you.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael Schwarting. I'm one of Robert Hudgens' Diamonds. I've been involved since August 10th of last year. I'm currently a 1-star Diamond and live down in Virginia Beach. Great to be here.
My name is Francis Mensah. I am a 2-star Diamond coach. I've been with Robert Hudgens. Keep the trend right. I've been in business for about 2 years, and it's been exciting since day one. I am excited about the potential this business is bringing and the potential of helping and developing new coaches. So with that, we can just go ahead and open up the questions.
Fantastic. If everybody can hear me, what I'm going to do is, well, I guess I'll read the question on the mic. Yeah, that's probably a good idea so you can hear the question. Whoever thinks that they would like to answer the question, let me know, and then you can answer it on mic. And I just want to let everybody know, because of respecting the schedule and time, we're going to focus first on leadership questions, say as leadership training. If we have time, we'll answer some of the fitness questions that we got. Okay, the first question is, can anyone share a testimony on how they stepped out of their comfort zone of corporate America and leave with Beachbody business as a main income?
I can definitely speak to that. My background is in mental health. I have a master's in marriage and family therapy. And I grew up in a family where it was put on us that you had to succeed. You had to be a doctor, a lawyer, and if you weren't in that type of profession, then you weren't doing much with your life. And so I had that barrier that put on me all the time that if I wasn't going to be a doctor or a lawyer, I wasn't good enough. So I struggle, and I still struggle with that voice of not being good enough because I never met the expectations of what my parents wanted for us. However, my dream and my goal was I definitely knew I was built for excellence and that I could make a difference in people's life. And for me, I wanted to do that through my children. I'm big on family, and that's my biggest priority, my #1 priority, and I knew I wanted to be that mother that could be home with my kids. I didn't want to be the woman that Craig spoke about that would drop her child off at childcare and struggle throughout the day without seeing their child till night when they're going to be put to bed and not spend that time with them. So I set out on a path to make sure that my dream was going to be met, which was to be at home with my kids. And Beachbody, in part, has been that for me. I met Chalene Johnson in the early part of 1999. I lived in California at the time. And just connecting with her and following her and allowing her to be a mentor for me changed my whole path in terms of my career. I left corporate America. I was working as a director for a homeless women's shelter and helping people, which is what I wanted to do, but in a different way. And I started getting into the fitness industry, and teaching group exercise was a hobby for me. It was something I did after I left work. But when my husband, who is a retired Marine Corps, we left California to come here, I knew that I wanted to start a family, and I didn't want to go back to corporate America. I didn't want to work that 9-to-5 job and not be home with my kids. And so I stepped out on faith and said, I'm going to focus on fitness. And so I found the first gym the first week we moved to Maryland and started teaching. But along with that, I was still connected with Shalene. And she kind of said, get in my belly. You know, I've got some things happening, and I want you to be a part of it. So she hired me to be a presenter for her company, Powder Blue Productions, to train other new instructors for the formats that they produce. And from there, she introduced me to Team Beachbody, and that was a huge game changer. It now provides myself, my kids, my husband, the opportunity for me to continue to be home with my kids. I've never had to put my children in childcare. I'm there every day to take my children to school, to pick them up from school. And it brings tears to my eyes because I feel so blessed to be able to do that and to still meet my goal of helping people and being the type of mom that I want to be with my kids. So if that is your goal and you want to get out of that grind of corporate America, you don't have to stay in it, but you have to step out on faith, and you have to be bold, and you have to believe in yourself and get that negative voice out of your head. As you spoke, I have what's called a Marvelous Me journal that I keep. And so when I teach a group exercise class and someone comes up to me and say, that was a great class, you really motivated me, I write those things down because I may get in my car and say, oh my God, I sucked. I didn't have that much energy today. And, you know, my form was off or whatever. But those negative words constantly are in my head. But when I can go back and refer to my journal, or if one of my Beachbody customers comes and say, you know, I lost X amount of pounds, and if it's because of your accountability and your motivation that helped me through that, I'm putting that down in my journal. When someone who I have never met said, I was able to make a difference in my life because of a post I saw that you put on Facebook, I put that in my journal because I know I'm making a difference in someone's life and living the dream that I want for myself and for my family.
Thank you, Janelle. Are any of you working full time? Because I want somebody working full time for this question. Okay, so
Full-time in Beachbody or
oh no, I'm sorry. Still working full time in a day job. Okay, so this is, and I thought it was a great follow up. Any tips for managing one's Beachbody business and a full time job? Because a lot of people are still in that situation.
I would love to answer that question. So I have a full-time job. My husband has a full-time job, and I've got 5 kids. And I do Beachbody full-time. It's my focus in my life right now. At one point, I do plan on not having to leave the house to go to a full-time job. But I want you all to know that you can build your Beachbody business and have a family, have a healthy relationship with your spouse, have healthy relationships with other adults, with your family, with your children, and still go to work every day and talk with people at your job and help people at work, you know, change their lives too. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I can't talk about it at work. It's a conflict of interest. It's never a conflict of interest to show people how they can change their life, how they can get more healthy, and how they can get more fit. So you can do it. I want people to know you can do it. You don't have to do it full-time. You can do it part-time. You can definitely fit it into your life. So write down your priorities, set your goals. Maybe for you it's just one person a month. Doesn't have to be, you know, something that you do 40 hours a week. You can find a way to fit it into your life, whether you're full-time, a student, a parent, whatever it is that you're doing in your life. So.
Want to continue or?
Well, if you have something you want to add, certainly.
Yeah, I would say your dream. If your dream's big enough, there's definitely a way to manage both easily. I'm military. I retire in July. This is what I'm going to do full-time when that happens. My day is pretty hectic. I leave the house at 5 in the morning, so clearly I'm not calling people at 5 o'clock driving into work. You know, I'm listening to Craig Holiday going in. That's the truth. That's not just because of today. It pumps me up to the point where I can make it through my chaotic work, you know, daily schedule at work. And when I get out of work, the first thing I turn on is my cell phone. And I start calling. And I call, and I got hands-free, so it's safe. And I drive home, and I call, and I just budget. You know, one of my biggest things in the last year was really getting used to using a calendar. And I plan it all out. And just stick to it. It's very simple. You know, we allow life to get us really busy, and we allow, more importantly, other people to try to shift our focuses. Remember, it's your dream, it's your goal, it's you and your family's future, and that should be your top priority.
Absolutely. Tagging off of what Mike was talking about, not only does when he goes and the day is hectic, also my full-time profession is I'm a firefighter. I've been there 21 years. I'm a captain, and what's happened is the higher you go, the more responsibilities you have, and also the more responsibilities you have when you're off duty as well. But for me, my motivation is this. When I go to work, I like to say that I'm covered. But there may be a time where you can get into situations where you may not come home. That's my reality. But at the same time, every time I've had the opportunity to grasp Beachbody, that's one more day that I could say, you know what, I want to retire. I want to let it go. And I want to do something that's changing lives and affecting lives. So, as Mike was saying, planning out that calendar, that's been something that's really been a focus of mine. So I can get more in, so I can be more effective, so I can put my exit date on the fire department.